Bam! What is up, everybody? Welcome to Bonus's Domain Toy Review. Today we're going to be checking out a bunch of stuff, starting with this. I've just been mainly getting like a lot of Tokusatsu stuff, like Godzilla stuff, Ultraman stuff. Just been really into that lately. So yeah, I'm going to be taking a look at a lot of the new stuff I've ordered. A lot of the new figures, statues, whatever I ordered. And yeah, we're going to start with this guy here. The Godzilla Heisei 1991 Hokkaido Battle version, exquisite, basic, Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, Hiya Toys, Heisei Godzilla. Huh. Try saying all that fast. But yeah, I kind of initially was just going to get the Hiya Godzilla 2000 figure because it's like one of my favorite iterations of Godzilla. But I kind of decided I would get this because I've just been seeing so many pictures of it, and it looks great, and it's affordable, so I figure, why not? You know what I mean? Like, why not just get it? It's cool. I love the look of Heisei Godzilla. I want to get a little piece of it myself. I want to actually see what's going on with this figure. So, let's check it out. We got the front of the box here. This is a very nice box. Even my wife complimented it. She walked in and said, wow, this looks actually really cool. I was like, yeah, you're right. Just wait till you see what's inside. And we got the Toho logo up here, Godzilla logo, Hiya logo, all that good shit. Turn to the side. We've got Godzilla's foot. Very interesting. Turn to the back here, and we've just got like a lot of legal mumbo jumbo and some stuff that I can't read. Picture of Godzilla. Turn to the side here. There's a picture of Godzilla screaming, which is going to be me if I don't open this thing up soon. Godzilla Hokkaido Battle version here on the bottom. Let's get this dude open. So we got this dude out, and first impressions, very cool. Very cool. I mean, like, you see how big this guy is in, like, pictures and videos and stuff, but, like, you don't get a true perspective till you actually got it in hand, and it feels good to finally have, like, a premium to semi-premium 6-7-inch Godzilla articulated action figure with good paints, quality articulation, different hands and stuff like that. You don't get an atomic breath beam, but there is an atomic breath beam version of this exact Godzilla. So yeah, very cool. He also comes with these extra hands. They're kind of like the more docile, closed hands, whereas he wears kind of like the more vicious claw attack hands here. And yeah, just like the paints and everything, the eye sculpt and the eye paint, and then here you've got a tongue. I don't know if that tongue moves. Maybe it does. It does. The tongue does move. So that's really cool. I really like the look of this figure, and just the articulation and the sculpting on the back just looks fantastic. The tail. I mean, look at this thing. This is just a beast. Just all the things you can do with this tail is just crazy. The back dorsals look great. Yeah, I really like the paint on this. I mean, I like the paint on the nails and, you know, like the feet nails and everything, the toenails. They could be a little bit stronger, but, like, I don't know, man. I really feel like that's, like, a nitpick, honestly, because, like, when you look at it in person, it does look a lot better than it probably does show up on, like, camera. But yeah, just a total beast. I'm honestly very, very excited to get more Hiya Godzilla figures, like, affordably. All I'm saying is, I know some people have their qualms about Hiya, but I'm honestly very excited to see what else they're going to produce. I think they've already produced a lot of really cool figures. I do kind of wish that their to-be release dates were a little bit more accurate, but, you know, I'd much rather have a product that is pushed out when it's ready than pushed out when it's not ready. I think a lot of people don't think about that, but they would think about that when they get their figure and it's all fucked up because the company tried to push it out too quickly. As a matter of fact, I think that's what initially happened with this guy. I think a lot of them originally had like a head sculpt that a lot of people didn't like. Personally, I didn't really mind it, but this head sculpt looks great, so I guess they did fix it. Let's move on, though, to the next thing that I got. Next up, we got the Movie Monsters series Gauss, which is very, very cool. I've wanted this guy for a long time. I finally just got to see the original Showa era Gamera vs. Gauss, and I really liked it. I already really liked the Heisei era of Gamera films and very much enjoyed the Gauss's inclusion in all of them, so I would say that the Gauss is my favorite Gamera kaiju. I would just say fairly, like, as of right now, as it stands, the Gauss is my guy from Gamera, other than Gamera himself. The second Big G, or the first Big G, depending on who you are. But yeah, this is pretty cool. I'm very happy to finally get this guy. I missed out on him originally when he was up on the Godzilla store and stuff, so, and on Amazon and stuff, so glad to have finally gotten this guy. A couple qualms I have. I don't really know why his head doesn't move. I feel like that would have been a great inclusion for the mold of the figure to actually have his head move. His legs do move, which is cool. There are some scuffs on the toenails, which I think are kind of annoying considering this is a new product. There's even like a sleeve on the card. There's the card there. Pretty cool. Doesn't really fit it, but that's okay. But yeah, I kind of annoyed with that because I also recently got a Baragon figure in the mail, and his horn was scuffed up, and I was pretty fucking annoyed about that because I was just kind of like, man, these are not cheap figures. Like, they're, I mean, depending on who you are, again, you know, like, I don't know, it's just like, in my mind, I'm saying, like, oh, it's dirt because, you know, Baragon's always, like, you know, digging through the dirt, and it's, like, dirt on his horn. Like, you know, that makes sense, but I'm also just kind of like, okay, but I shouldn't have to make up headcanon for the damage on my figures because these people don't know how to mail them without damaging the paint. Or, you know, whatever they're doing to these fucking figures before they send them to me for $40. But yeah, I am pretty, that's more just like a cosmetic concern that I had about the sender. And the neck joint is kind of just like Bandai being fucking lazy, I guess. But otherwise, I really like the wingspan of this guy. He's just so big. I like the paints. I'm glad that they did not skimp out on the paints for the most part. Turn around here, and it's got this beautiful back sculpt. It's really great. It's very Dai. You just look at the designs of a lot of the kaiju from the Gamera show era, and you just really are like, yeah, that definitely looks like a Dai creation. It's just so cool. It's got this certain look. They just look kind of different than a lot of the Toho monsters did. And I don't mean that for like better or worse necessarily. They just have their own distinct style, and I really appreciate that. And that's why I think it's so great that a lot of these Showa Gamera guys and Heisei Gamera guys are getting some Movie Monster Series figures, and I think they deserve more. I want to see more. Let's do it. Barugan, where you at? Next up, we've got this exclusive Jet Jaguar Movie Monster Series Bandai figure. It took me a while to pull the trigger on this guy, but man, it was just so cool. I had to do it. Like, I mean, you know, he's got the extra arms, which is something that doesn't really happen a lot in the Movie Monster series, to have like extra appendages and stuff. And then he's got like, you know, the thumbs up arm with his normal arms, and he's got these like great kind of translucent blue eyes with you know, like the kind of swirls. I just thought it was too cool to pass up, to kind of have like a really well painted Showa era Jet Jaguar, as well as like a more modern festival Jet Jaguar. As you can see there on the side, Movie Monster Series Jet Jaguar FES Godzilla Special Set. And there's a little glimpse of the Final Wars Godzilla suit that is used in that short. You should go check it out if you haven't. Jet Jaguar is awesome. He uses these like Gigan scalpel arms, which I just thought were so badass, and kind of shows the transformation there between the two. Very dope. There's Jet Jaguar throwing the thumbs up in the special short. There he is. Awesome. Just so cool. Bandai Namco. Let's get this guy open. So, getting this guy out of the package, here he is. He looks pretty good. I really like this. I really like the sculpt. I like the paints. This is a lot better than my first Jet Jaguar figure, which was a Playmates Jet Jaguar, which, don't get me wrong, Playmates has really paved the way for a lot of American Godzilla fans to get their hands on some, not necessarily quality, but starter and more affordable kaiju merch, which is great, and that's how I got my foot in the door too, so I gotta throw respect out to Playmates. But this is just, you know, the colors are so much deeper, and the sculpt is so much better, and the paints are so much better, so this is really, really cool. He comes out of the box with the Gigan scalpel arms, which is super cool. And let's do the standing test. I always like to test my vinyl figures, and always am praying that they'll stand up normally without any kind of intervention from me later on. Okay, well, he passes the test. He's a little bit wobbly, little wobble, but yeah, not bad. And he also comes with the thumbs up arm in a bag here, and his fist resting arm in a bag here. Very nice. So yeah, I just popped these in. You just gotta not be afraid to kind of pull them out. It might feel like you're like breaking them or something, but you're not. It's all good. He's in there and he looks great. Personally, I don't know if this was like worth the price that this was. It's like about $60 plus like shipping. but it is very cool, and I'm glad to have it, especially with these like extra arms. But yeah, I would understand if not everybody was wanting to shoot for this specific one. They just kind of got me with the extra arms and the thumbs up hand, and also the fact that I never really had a proper Movie Monster Series Jet Jaguar. But ultimately, I am glad to get it. I think that's one thing that you will notice about me and also a lot of other kaiju fans that aren't rich. Sometimes this shit is overpriced, but it's just so cool and rare and kind of just sometimes like scarce that it's like if you don't hop on something, you may regret it. So it's like if you really want it, sometimes you just kind of pull the trigger. And that's definitely what I did here. Next up here, we've got this really cool Kamen Rider Heroes Brave statue figure of the Shocker Rider. Involvement from Banpresto, Bandai, just super cool. I've known about the Shocker Riders for a long time, but I don't know. I guess I never got any merch of them or whatever. I actually just recently saw the first episode of the two-parter. I guess you could call it a two-parter, in a sense, because the original Kamen Rider series is so episodic that whenever you have an interconnected episode, it feels like a two-parter. But yeah, I saw the first episode of the Shocker Rider, and I rather enjoyed it. And I'm excited to see the second episode with the rest of the Shocker Riders. There's like 8 riders in that episode, which is pretty fucking cool. And as you can see here on the side, another glimpse of the Shocker Rider. And on the side here, this is what really convinced me to get this. You get all these different scarves of all the different Shocker Riders. That really hyped me up. That had me like, hell yeah. That is such a cool idea. And this was on sale, so I said, why not? Why not get this? So cool. Let's get this bad boy out and check him out. How to attach the muffler. So he kind of comes like this. All these parts. It's like a big gashapon. I got the guy out of the box, and he is a deal smaller than I imagined he would be. I guess I didn't really check the size. I usually check the size on some of these kind of figures, but yeah. I still like the size. I'm definitely not like disappointed. I did think he was going to be a little bit taller, but that's okay. Definitely does make the cost being lower and it being on sale sting a little bit less now that I know that he's smaller, so that's good. Imagine like me paying full price and then finding out later like, oh, it's smaller than I imagined. You'd probably feel a little bit disappointed, but I'm not because I got this on sale and this is really cool. I gave him the yellow scarf because that's what I'm familiar with, having only seen the first episode of the 2 Shocker Rider episodes. I had been slowly getting through the original Kamen Rider series. Really like the paint apps here. They all look really solid. There could be some deeper colors maybe, and there is like a little bit of a scratch here on the scarf paint, but it is what it is. I mean, I'm not really going to let that like ruin the experience of having it. Comes with all these like scarves. The head came in there, and then you get all these different scarves. So I'm definitely excited to switch them out on occasion. Maybe I might do it like every year or something like that. Pretty cool. Pretty fucking cool, honestly. And also comes with like this little rubber foot holder to kind of keep them leveled. This guy's pretty level-footed, though. I don't really think I'll need to use this, but, it's really cool that they included it in case I would have. Shocker Rider #1. Next one I have is one I've had for a while, and I'm very excited to open it up. It is a big boy. It is the Bandai Namco Ichibansho figure line. Space Godzilla. So cool. I saw this line, like, kind of came in on Big Bad Toy Store, and I was kind of looking at it, and I was like, man, this seems like a really cool way to get some decently affordable, but also quality statue figurines of some of these kaiju. So I thought, like, man, I should jump on this train. I've always admired the X Plus figurine statues, but man, those are just so expensive. Like, I think I have one X Plus in my collection, and it's my Matango figure, and I only have that because I got lucky on eBay. I got lucky, and even then, it was more than I was really wanting to pay. If I had not just gotten like a bonus at work, I don't even think I would have that in my collection. So this seems like a good amount of money to spend on a character like this with the quality, and I'm hoping to check out the quality, and I'm hoping that I like it because there's more statues in the Ichibansho line that are of great interest to me. So I'm hoping I like this, and I'm very excited to check it out. Looking at the box, this dude is massive. You look at the color scheme here. Space Godzilla looks so cool. Turn to the side here, you've got this really cool picture. Godzilla. Space Godzilla, sorry. Sorry, y'all, not trying to offend anybody out here. We got the back here. Very, very cool. All the different specs and, shots of Space Godzilla. Very nice. And here we've got just like this full body profile. Monster Eyes. Very cool. Actual size, color, style, and decoration may vary. Alright, well, hopefully not too much. Let's get this guy open and check him out. Alright, here we are. Here we are, the Ichiban Show Space Godzilla. First opinions, the paints do vary, the quality do vary, but you know what? I'm liking this. Just looks so gnarly and raw here with the details. You almost like kind of see like guts or something. It's like, this is the most detailed Space Godzilla abdomen I've ever seen on any kind of collectible, so that's really cool. And I really like these claws. This one claw is kind of like, I don't know if it's supposed to be, I don't know if his finger's supposed to be like that, like twisted. I like the crystals. They're big and bulbous, and they've got like some dirt too on here, which I really like. There's like some dirt on like the fins and stuff like that. That's really interesting. Tail is so long. This is something I've noticed in the Ichiban Show line so far, just from pictures and stuff, that they often will like have this cut where the dorsal fins are that I'm not too keen on, but then again, it's, for the price, it's like I really can't complain too much. Especially if this is your kind of thing, it's like, you really can't complain too much. But yeah, this looks pretty nice. I mean, I'm really digging this. Not too many cuts either in the body. Like, I'm definitely seeing more cuts here than in the promotional photos, because I feel like they often will try to do that. They'll try to like maybe like, I don't know if they Photoshop them out or what, or if the lines are a lot cleaner on the showcase versions. But I'm definitely noticing that here, but I'm not really too upset about it, because again, for the price, it's like I'm not expecting X plus quality out of these. Again, really not too many cuts in the sculpt, so that's really good. You obviously have like a sculpt cut in the tail, but not a big deal. Not a big deal. Oh, tail coming into frame. Tail going out of frame. There's also like this kind of like blue tint on the skin of Space Godzilla. There's some purple in here where it should be. There's some red in there where it should be. I'm really liking the toenails on this guy. Look really good. There's like this progression of like pink, red, purple going into like the more crystal white with the dirt on it too, which I just respect that. I just think that looks really good. Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking this is pretty cool. I'm thinking like I might have to take some more leaps into the Ichiban Show line, because this looks really good. This is definitely something I think any fan of Godzilla would really, really like, and it's more affordable than a lot of other more boutique lines of Godzilla statues are. So I'm definitely fucking with this. This is cool. I'd throw in something that I got secondhand from a seller on Mercari that I get a lot of cheaper Toku stuff from. Very cool seller. He always takes my offers, which I really appreciate. One of those things that I got was this really cool but kind of beat up Rider Hero and Kaijin series Bandai Kamen Rider Original Series 4-pack. Yeah, pretty cool little pack. It's a little bit beat up, but that's okay, because I'm taking it out. I know this is kind of like it's like a pricier set, but this is kind of beat up anyway, so I want to take them out, These guys are awesome. It's got some very cool packaging, though. Here at the top. Side. The back here is really where I think this figure shines. There's a lot of really cool stuff going on here. You got Wolfman, this Wolfman pick. Kamen Rider. Down here, it shows you all the other guys you can put on the display. I think that's very, very hype. I think it's very cool. I'm gonna get this guy open, see what it's all about. First off, looking at the stand, I believe this was used and then put back into the box, which I don't have a problem, because again, I'm taking it out, but man, this looks really, really cool. They've got all these steps. This is so big. It's like the size of the box, so it's just awesome. And then you've got like these like inner parts here. It's part of the backdrop. I just think that's so awesome. I love when figures do things like that, like kind of give world building accessories to figures. Even when it's just like a backdrop that's like paper or whatever, it's like it's still something, and it really gives more. It gives just a little bit more spice to your display, no matter what you've got up. You know, having like a little object off to the side or whatever to kind of fill the space. It's just really helpful, especially with a backdrop like this. All right, so taking a look at these guys. First off, we have the original look for Kamen Rider 1, Takeshi Hongo. I really, really like this original design. I've even got like a figure arts of this guy, the bone carving method version. And one thing I really respect about this sculpt is the paints are pretty accurate to that very original Kamen Rider look, and also they put the scarf sculpt on the back rather than flowing on the front. I feel like a lot of Kamen Rider sculpts are afraid to do that. I feel like, you want the scarf in the front, but you know what? Not every Kamen Rider figure needs that. So I think it's really cool that they had it in the back, and then you can see like the little tufts of hair there. I think that's really cool. It's a great addition as well. Just a super awesome classic 6-inch Bandai Kamen Rider guy. And then we've got these two combatants. This guy's just like a plain lucha looking dude. Doesn't have like the rib bone design, but that's pretty cool. I got the Wolfman. A lot of great paints here. Really like the face sculpt and the belt and everything. All the colors on this guy are great. I think it looks great. They even painted the back buckle here. That's just awesome. And there's like a little bit of like this black like airbrush going through the back of the knees there with the boots. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. I really like this. So yeah, this set is pretty baller. I'm really digging it. It needs to get cleaned up a little bit, but for the most part, it looks really, really cool. And also, just to throw this in too, because I was also sent this loose by the same seller who gave me this. It's Devil Squid, I believe that's his name. So yeah, this is really awesome too. This is going to go great. Needs to be dusted off and stuff, but super cool figure too. This is going to mix real well with the rest of these guys. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my review of all the latest stuff that I've gotten in. New and old, new and secondhand. But yeah, just some stuff I wanted to show off. I wanted to review some of these and get some closer looks at them and kind of show off what I've been into lately. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to. I've got plenty of other stuff like this. And I guess there's really just one thing left to say, and that is, Devonius, out.